Hello, guys. Welcome back to the channel. We are back with another review. I'm not alone today, guys. I'm with Andy, and we are doing a review for Shaka Ilembe. It's a series that we have been planning to do episode per episode, but because of time we haven't had time to really do the review, so we're just gonna go ahead and review episode 1, 2, and 3 all together, guys, and we are not gonna talk way too much into details since most of the details we can't really recall, but we're gonna talk about the key points that has happened because definitely we do remember every key points that has happened. For those who haven't been catching up on Shaka Ilembe, we'll also give you a snippet of what was happening, and just let's just get into it. We do see Shaka, or rather Skidi, trying to just come back home and joining the family, which obviously is his own kingdom. And the welcoming was not really great, guys. He had to prove himself that is good for the right reasons. And obviously, when he came back with his mother and some of the guys that has accompanied him from Umtetwa Palace. So he came back, guys, and as I said, the reception was not really well. And Andy, I think she can attest to that. Andy?
Yes, yes. Hi guys. Yeah, the reception that Shaka got honestly was not very much welcoming. But yeah, as Lichy have said that we're just gonna be summing up the last or the first three episodes that have aired on Oshaga. Honestly, I think things are just unraveling a lot of them. And the season two is kind of complex, honestly, guys. I think you need to catch up because it's a bit more complex. But yeah, on the last episode, we have seen that finally Ushaga has been nominated as a king. You know, the procedure of putting a king, to be a king, that has happened. Oh, and the tears that Nandi was crying. I don't know how you felt about that, Lychee. The tears in Nandi's face.
Yes, Nandi, obviously she was very overwhelmed, and I think that it was mixed feeling. I think that she was excited for Shaka, and also just knowing that she's losing a son. I think she already said it at the end of season one that when he became king, she's afraid that she's gonna be losing a son. So indeed, guys, it was very heartbreaking on episode 3 when he was being placed to become king. And I must say that before he even reached them, I want to take you back onto episode 1 where we see the Ndwandwes planning. Obviously, the Ndwandwes are always planning some witchcraft stuff. We see them taking the son of Tetwa, and trying to just use him, sending him back home to say that, you know what, you're just going to be a spy for us. And he did agree. How did you feel, Andy, about the? I mean, you are going to betray your father. You already know that you are going to become king, but only because of your jealousy between your father, who's a king, and Shaka, you just don't understand the politics between the two, and you feel jealousy that Shaka is sort of taking your place into your father's life, and you no longer have time to be with your father. How did you feel about that scene?
Yeah, I mean, I was just heartbroken. Honestly, I'm heartbroken for the boy who made such a stupid decision. But also, I think we are seeing that he's young. Because people didn't used to go to school back then. They look older, but you can find out that he's probably in the age of being in secondary, probably 17, 18. So he kind of allowed his emotions to control him. He never processed anything quickly. So yeah, I just really, really, really feel bad that he made that decision.
Yes, guys. But for those who don't know him, I think the name of the son is Somveli. I still remember at least that name. That was the name of the guy that was really, really outdoing his own father, and he was playing for the wrong team because, honestly speaking, I think the Rwandans are really gonna play them. And on episode 2, we also see the Ndwandwes because I want to talk a little bit about the Ndwandwes. The king of the Ndwandwes, he have sons, obviously. He have many sons. I think there are about three, but we do see two of them as the notable faces. And we see them, the other son was really, really in love, which was the one that was following the elder son. I think the name of the one that was sort of in love with the girl when they went to visit another kingdom was Skunyana. Skunyana was in love, guys. He was not wanting to be entertaining this thing of always fighting and killing. He was even telling the girl that, you know what, me, I just want to wake up and see the sun shine. And he's saying all these things, and the girl is really flattered. But I think by then, every girl just wants to have a husband who's a fighter who can be able to protect their family. So I don't know how you felt about the families deciding that we just gonna marry for you. You as the elder son, you're going to take this girl and you're gonna marry her. How did you feel about that arrangement of marriage that is done in that way?
Yeah, I mean, in a modern eye, it looks bad. It looks very bad because now we are living in a modern world. But probably in those time, it made sense to them because they were forming alliances with the other chiefinity. It was actually a Swati chiefinity. So they were back then, before they were called Swati, they were called Ngwane. So it made sense that at the time they form alliance with the Ngwane chiefinity, and you have to maybe kind of pick a son that you know that this son is the next one in place when it's coming to being a chief. So I think the son that was appointed as the next one in line in becoming the chief for the Ndwandwes. So it was just a decision that made sense to the Ndwandwes. Unfortunately, because we are watching now with a modern eye, it kind of looks bad.
Yes, guys. I think maybe I think it's still there are still kind of traditions that they still practice such things. I think the Indians do they arrange marriages while they are still very young. I think that they still practice it in some countries. And I do know that for Jacob Zuma, the daughter got married to the Swatis. So it seems like the alliance between Zulus and Swatis goes from way back. So I think that even the king that is present now, he does sort of have alliances when it comes to the Swatis. We do see them in the TV and all sorts of things. So yes, back to the series, guys. We do see this these alliances where even when Shaka was becoming king, we see other tribes going to give gifts, which shows that what do they say in Zulu? I just because I'm a not a Zulu speaking person, and they will help me with the word "ubudlelwane."
Yeah, that's one one
Yes,
relationship.
yes, yes. I think they had that a lot. And also, I think it also helped them when it comes to the fighting, because once you know very well that this family you are in alliance with it, or this tribe you are in alliance with it, then you know that you're gonna fight together. On this three episode, obviously there was one war that was fought. It was the chiefinity of Shaka up against some people who were coming to steal the cows. So I can imagine that the biggest crime that at that time that people start fighting about is things like that, the land and the cows. So,
Yeah.
Andy, I don't know if you want to add on that.
Yeah, I can also imagine that. I mean, the biggest wealth back then was probably cows, livestock, and the land, which land is still the biggest wealth even today's world. So yeah, I mean, when it comes to the Ndwandwes, they usually provoke people. And also one thing that I was just wanted to know about the Ndwandwes is that, remember on season one, even though I didn't want to talk about season one, but on season one, I think episode one, on the early episodes, we saw that the Ndwandwes were kind of starving at the time. They didn't have enough stocks and crops, so they were starving, and I think at some point they wanted to they wanted to steal cows from other tribe,
Mm, mm,
and I
mm.
think they managed to steal those cows, and they were fighting, and they killed the other tribes in a way. So there is this young boy who kept on following them, and it looks like he wanted to avenge his father. Kept on just following the Ndwandwes, and he tried, to avenge, but at the time he was too young, so he couldn't overpower the Ndwandwes.
I
So
remember. I remember. I think the king ended up taking him.
adopting him, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
And the very same boy was called Soshangani. I think when he was being adopted, it was called Soshangani. So
Mm.
I don't know if like, is he part of the people who will form Tsonga tribe in Limpopo? Because many people will run away from KZN when Shaka starts killing almost everyone. Those who will manage to run away from KZN, they will run and run to other tribes or other. So I'm not
Yeah, yeah,
sure.
yes. I think it's one of the key thing that we missed on the season one. Whether we all know that guy that is acting as a king, as a Shangani king. He's the one who hold that tribe. I don't know if those crops that were stolen by the Rwandese, if they were stolen from that tribe. So it was gonna
Yes.
really make sense if we knew very well that like that's how it connects. Then we were gonna know that Shangani boy, he's the one that maybe the name end up being
Yes, and you're
taken and
probably gonna
blown up.
run with those
Yes.
ones and they will settle in Limpopo. That's just my
Exactly,
thinking.
exactly, exactly. So yes, guys, we are starting to see even the other brothers of Shaka. Obviously, when he came back, Ushaka have annihilated other brothers, but there are some that are still left, which shows that his father really had many sons. He really had many sons, and some of them are still there because we see them being all jealousy when Shaka was being placed to become king.
Yeah.
And we also see that as a Zulu king, I want us to talk about this. As a Zulu king, when you were being placed way back, obviously you have to go to Intaveni and meet all these healers, if I may put it in a right word, healers, and then they're gonna tell you your path, and also afterwards you're gonna have to also kill the lion. That was something that is very scary, which I don't know if it was real. It's something that used to be practiced or not, because obviously even there was proof that you come back be holding the skin of a lion, obviously.
Yeah, yeah, probably. I'm not sure as well, but probably because let's just assume that they did their history research and that's what history tells, or rather told them that this is what used to happen way back.
Yes, yes. I think there was obviously there was a lot of killing of the lions and all those animals. Obviously, the skin of it resonate with many cultures, because even the clothing that they used to wear come from the skin of maybe goats or any other animal. So I think it does resonate with many cultures. And we also see Unandi. Nandi have been built a huge house. I don't know if it's gonna be the house of the king, but she have received a huge house. She's receiving gifts, which
Mm.
shows the tradition that even now people still practice where they're giving each other gifts.
Mm.
So we see Unandi as a mother being given gifts and not the king, which shows, which symbolizes a lot of things that I think even now we see that in Zulu, obviously, we do see, even when you're getting married, we do see gifts, exchanges. So I don't know how you feel about that, which was very nice. Like the mirror she was given
Oh
by a
yes,
friend. We
yes,
do see her being wed,
yes.
the clothing that she was receiving. She received a lot of gifts. I think it's one of the key points that I want to highlight because I think it was being played, but the way that they were playing it, they didn't really fully highlight it to say that things like Lobola came from such gifting that was happening even way back.
Yes, I like that you also touch on the mirror part because it was just kind of nice and funny to realize that Pila, I mean, I don't know, like the time of Shaka is not that way back, it's not, but to just kind of see that this is was the first time when people were like discovering things that are norm to us, things like a mirror, because it was legit Nandi's first time seeing a mirror, that time that she was gifted a mirror. And when she saw that a mirror kind of reflects yourself, she was so excited. But about the gifting, I think it's a good purchase. And I one thing about my tribe, we never abandoned our culture. We never say no, this is too old, it's out of fashion now, and this and that. And that's just one thing I love about my tribe.
Yes, guys. It was very nice to see that. Another thing that I want to also highlight that I started noticing is that I think from episode one of this season two, going to episode three, I started seeing on episode three they're starting to introduce clothing. I think going forward, they're gonna keep introducing clothing. It's gonna be still clothing that cover the body because if we look at season one, there was not a lot of covering, and
Mm,
now we are starting to see covering.
mm,
So it shows the evolving of
mm,
this during the time when people are growing up. It shows the evolving of the whole thing during the years that, like, from way back, they used to just not wear a lot of clothing, and now they're starting to wear a lot, and all the women, we see them covering everything. We're starting to see covering, which shows that it's evolving. So this thing, honestly speaking, I think the writer and the person who really directed this thing are really doing a good job when it comes to portraying how the timeline is moving. We see even the king of Mutetwa starting to grow white hair, starting to can't walk properly. We are starting to see also Shaka getting old, but he's still being able to fight, which is a good thing. I just wonder how many still fights that he's still gonna do because I think when he started becoming King of Kings, I think I don't know whether he was still fighting because he's starting to also grow white hair as well. So we'll see how it will go, guys. Comparing season one, obviously, it's the best. I think season two, there are some places where we could have maybe see more of the Rwanda's only in one episode and then see more of the Shaka in one episode. So the mixing of the different tribes, I think it got into our head a little bit. But it's not bad, guys. It's really not bad. We will see. I think from episode four, it will start to really go down, but we will see how it will go.
yeah, I think it's also too early to conclude which season is the best. I will still give season two a benefit of the doubt. We are just only in season two. We're just only in episode three. So I will give it in the benefit of the doubt and be like, okay, it's too early to compare it to season one. So yeah, I will see on the later episode. Maybe when we're in episode eight, nine, I will start comparing.
Yes, guys. I think that's about it. We'll meet on the next one, guys. Cheers.